Hello Facebook world, this is Elphie and I am going live as I gave my word to do. Hello to everyone, and yeah, just going to do a quick one about unadorned suffering towards growth. So just going to say a quick hello to everyone else. Hello.
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 Hello live.
It's lovely, man. Like doing anything. And I actually don't feel like doing anything right now, but I did give my word to it, so let's do this. You guys get all of me. So, this is something that I've been looking at. So, unadorned suffering towards growth is something I've been experiencing quite a bit lately. Now, of course, I am not the kind of person to go and try this out full time, but definitely this whole idea of like taking away all the adornments, all the comforts that we have in life, and actually, stepping out into whatever is left behind, whatever is left there after I've taken away all the fun, all the TV, all the video games, all the, sensuality and connection with people. This is what it's all about. It's basically about like taking away all those things that we use to distract ourselves in life, right? And just seeing what's left after that. So that's been an incredibly powerful experience for me, an incredibly humbling experience for me as well. Basically just, unfortunately I'm blessed in the way that I don't have to, do work and all that kind of thing. So I've been able to sit there for 5-6 hours at a time and not distract myself like I normally do, with all the fun of life. And just see what's there left afterwards, because that's something I'm incredibly good at. I'm like one of the masters of distraction of myself. Hello guys, by the way, welcome on the bookcast. Just say hi where you're from. Love to just hear you say hi, so I can acknowledge you on the cast, and we can get into this discussion of like, how do we actually take away all the things that normally would distract us and be left with just the self in its purest form, in its like unadulterated, unintoxicated, and as you might be able to tell, I am slightly that way. Tequila is my kryptonite, one of my kryptonites. So I've been partying it up, but at the same time taking these periods of like just total sobriety, total just being with the world as it is, without trying to color it with all the distractions that we normally have in life. I basically wanted to just open up this discussion for us and see what's there for you guys as well. And there's times maybe you've had a time where you've just been doing nothing and just taken away all this stuff that just distracts us from the normality of life, the everyday grind, the work, the family commitments, the friend commitments, and just being left with what's left, just you by yourself, and the moment. So I just want to give you guys a chance to say hello. A bit of feedback I've gotten is that I haven't given everyone a chance to just say hi and give their point of view. So I'm going to create that vacuum, that space for you guys to say what's there for you when it comes to your experience of just being you. So I'll give you a moment for you guys to type that into the box there and just give me your thoughts, because that's the reason why I'm doing this. I want to hear and listen to what's there for you in your life, in your quiet times, where there's no expectations, there's no agreements that have to be followed. There's just you and the world. So I'll give that a few moments to just sink in there for you, and for you to just type something in the box if you're feeling compelled to, even if it's a hello. So while I'm giving that chance, I've just done a Facebook Live, or Idea Sex as we're calling it now, Idea Sex Live compilation of the the second last live that I just did, and I hope you guys like that. I hope there's some juice and some gold in there for you. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm doing this for me too, just to be able to reflect on thoughts in life, and sort of be almost forced into a space where I'm here to just give you guys some stuff and see what I say, see if I can live to the words that I'm saying myself. So welcome. I can see there's a whole stack of you guys on here now. It's fluctuating between 10 and 15 people, so welcome. Say hi, join the conversation. I encourage you. Even if we're not friends on Facebook, there's a few of you guys that are coming on board that aren't my friends, that are just coming on to sort of just check out what's this Facebook Live thing about. And right now we're talking about unadorned suffering. So the idea... Oh, hello, Sarah Louise, you've come on board. Thank you for joining us. And hello, Charlie. Yes, I have been overseas. I am currently in the fine Los Angeles, right in Hollywood, actually, in the middle of Hollywood here. Thank you for the likes that are coming through there. And it's been a wild time for me to actually just let loose and stop having to live my daily grind as it is. So I've been loving that. So thanks for your comments, guys. Keep them coming in. So to keep this conversation going, taking about basically we're talking about taking away anything that will dull our edge in life, that will, and the funny thing is when we get into our routine, when we get into our flow state, or some of us call it a flow state, or just a daily repetitive action, maybe it's not a flow state, we've kind of become on autopilot when it comes to living our life. We know our routines, and even our work, we know what that's like, and we can sort of follow along that path. But just take all that stuff away, all the noise away, and be left with just us, just you by yourself. It's quite a powerful thing. So, no sex, no cuddling even. I'm a massive hugger. Those who know me well know I'm a massive hugger. And just taking away all that stuff and just being left with just you and your life and the somewhat morbid, nihilistic crash course we are on towards death, the topic we don't want to talk about the most, I think. Even just the idea of just sitting on the toilet and, not reading or being on Facebook, being with just food and eating and not having to be in conversation, not having to be looking on this digital device. So, I would encourage us, I can't go straight cold turkey on the whole thing, to be frank, but there are now hours at a time, 5-6 hour blocks where I'm sitting there and doing my best to do nothing, and seeing what's there underneath that. So, you can try that yourself, and, we all have our own sort of special way that we dull ourselves to life by just doing what's automatic and what's habitual. So once we take all that stuff away, all we have there now is just, it's kind of like a blade's edge of who we are, really. And it's ironic because we think that we stack all these things up and all these things that make us who we are, and we think those things are our edge, when really they're not. They're actually the thing that dulls us to the reality of life, that dulls us to this journey that we're all on, that we kind of want to ignore in a way and do our best to distract ourselves from, and I'm one of the best at that. So a couple other things here, those of us that are trying to find purpose in life, trying to find what it is we want to do in life, this is one of the best ways to do that. To not be distracted by the opposite sex, by good friends, and just be able to really look into what is our truth, what is the source of who we really are underneath everything, rather than trying to escape that or hide away from that. So in fact, Idea Sex Live, which you're seeing right now, that came from an experience of this. A few days ago, I was just laying in bed, and I had about 3 hours sleep. I couldn't function and actually go back to sleep properly, and so I was kind of forced with, and I wasn't with anyone else, so I was kind of forced with just being with me. And it's amazing to see the results that happen so quickly for me in my life towards mission, based off just doing that. I really got the inspiration, I got the motivation and the energy to do Idea Sex Live and I was busy the whole next day just creating this thing that I sat on for 8 months, and then bam, it's there. It's alive. It's real. It's I'm getting awesome personal messages from you guys, and I'm really grateful for those about this and the difference it's making to you guys. I really appreciate that. That does encourage me to make more of these videos. So thank you for those messages. Thank you for the likes and the live notifications, which you can click on up there to find out more and to actually be alerted to when I'm going on live. On that note, I'm going live. I'm trying to do the same time every day for the next 4 days. So, you know, feel free to tune in at the same time every day. So it's noon now in Australian time, and it's 7 p.m. in LA time if you happen to be in America. So this whole idea of unadorned suffering, it really is like the bedrock of what I call yang, or a lot of people call masculine. I don't like using masculine, feminine terms. I don't think it's really an appropriate term in today's age to use. But the yang, the whole idea of this pure driving mission force, it really is the bedrock of that. So, you know, basically only by staying literally intimate with the idea of our personal suffering can we actually be connected to source, can we actually know what it is that is our true source, rather than the source that's being told to us by the world at large and by media and all the distractions. You know, when we put all our focus into TV, into sex, into reading even, this whole idea of constant suffering, it really just stays unknown, it stays undiscovered. And it's a great way of being able to like just dodge the idea of this idea of us even suffering in the first place. We do our best to not feel suffering, to not feel at all, to not really feel. You know, and it's in times where I've done my best to avoid boredom. It's the biggest thing I've tried to avoid. But it's in the times of being bored, in the times of just going, you know what, I've got access to all this stuff to make me feel good, and I'm not going to tap into that stuff. I'm just going to feel me. Those are the hardest times to actually just go, you know what, I just want to be with me. So here we go. I got a couple of comments from you guys. So hey Sasha, how you doing? And Sarah, thank you for your comment. Meditation really is a great form of that. And yeah, it is one of the hardest things for a lot of us to do. So maybe a moving meditation could work for you. Something where there's just one focus can be easier when there's no focus. If you can do it, go do Vipassana. Go just do nothing for 10 days and see what happens. But that's a struggle. It is a struggle. The struggle is real with that. So I would encourage us just to maybe even focus on one particular activity, even if it's just putting the clothes out, you know, and not having music on, not trying to make it enjoyable. And really just sitting with that. Hey Sasha, how you doing? So what do we got else? Other notes. So here's a funny thing: making love with boredom, making love with the most mundane of tasks or the most mundane of experiences, and actually having that be a beautiful thing. We can do it. We've done it before. Many of you might have done it before, but there's definitely an opportunity there for us to do that. A couple more notes because I want to make this relatively quick. You know, basically everything we do in life, we do because we're trying to. We're scared. We're quite scared of death. We're quite scared of the idea of this oncoming thing of potential nothingness, potential heaven, potential hell. But really, we have no idea what it is that's coming after we die. We've got no empirical evidence to show what comes after we pass from this plane. So we're afraid of it. And we do everything we can in our power to not do it and to not be with that. So ironically though, obviously, this whole idea of dying and death is something we've been doing since the moment we've been born, and we've felt it there in the background. We know it's there, but we avoid it. We do anything possible to try and avoid it. So, you know, we'll find the most heightened, and look, please, don't think I'm just talking about others. I'm guilty of this almost more than anyone, of just finding the most peaks of pleasure to avoid this concept of the truth of us going to die most likely. I've even set up, like, I've co-funded chronological freedom and facilities that focus around freezing us so that we can live forever, just to avoid this idea of death. So yeah, I'm definitely with you on that. Yeah. So let's see, any more? Oh, some more comments here. A lapel microphone. Okay, I will do that. I give my word, as soon as I'm back, I will get a lapel microphone to make it so that there's not so many distracting voices around here. Hopefully the beautiful bit of waterfall that's here will be producing quite a nice sound. I'll sit next to it. A nice background. But thanks, Carly, for that feedback. I certainly will do that. Okay. So, almost finished here. You know, the idea that once we get rid of all these things that distract us, we will be able to essentially feel the free fall between birth and death that we're all on. And it really is a free fall. Like, you can do your best to extend it and, like, spread your arms out, kind of like skydiving, sort of stop yourself from falling, and do your best to, like, stop that. But it is a free fall where we can't really fly up at this point in life, at least with technology as it is right now. So we're kind of forced to face that idea and to fall through that fear and face that fear, which is actually the source. If we can get with that, if we could be with that, it is a sense of like full open vulnerability that's able to really get us to the source of who we are and what we have to offer the world. So, I would lastly say that if you want to achieve, I'm using achievement when it comes to enlightenment, it's a funny thing, but if you wish to live into a superior yang, to the yang that we normally have, this yang drive of making things happen and go, and achieve. If we want to tap into that, we really need to be able to sit with nothingness and literally become a spontaneous sacrifice of love. So, thank you guys for this time that we've spent on board. I'm just going to double check. We've gone a good time. Welcome your comments below. Thank you for your shares, and lots of love to you all. And looking forward to talking to you all tomorrow. And if you have any suggestions for tomorrow's cast, I am open to all those suggestions. And if I resonate with it, I'll do a cast on it. So thank you so much. Comment below. Love all your faces. Mwah. And be nothing.